right, well, hello and welcome to this adventure. I am in Colorado. I have my friend Jose with me. We're going to do a couple of 14ers today. It was a pretty smooth flight in. It's a little warm on the plane, but other than that, and I had kids kicking me in back in the seat. But other than that, the flight was good. Those are the mountains, and let me zoom in here. You can see the mountains in the background. A lot of snow on those mountains yet, so this will be an adventure these next 2 days. But I came prepared. I have the right equipment this time. I'll tell you more about the story the last time I was here on the mountain. But yeah, we're on the way. We're on the way to Leadville. We'll be in Leadville the next 2 days, and I'll tell you more about that when we get there. We're on our way to Leadville. We just stopped here for a break, but you can see beautiful backdrop, the mountains over there. It's over there by the there's a lot of snow in there, and I'm not sure what mountains these are, but that is just gorgeous background here. This is in Silverthorne, Colorado. Alright, so here we are. We're on our way to Mount Sherman. It is before dawn. It's about 5:15 in the morning. I believe sunrise is about 20 minutes, I think, or so. But yeah, the life of a mountain climber. You gotta get up early because you gotta get off the mountain early. Typically, you should be off the summit no later than 11 or 12 o'clock. So, alright, off to our first 14er. Alright, well, hello and welcome to the trailhead of Mount Sherman. We're gonna hike this 14 in a day. We're currently at 12,000 and some feet. A lot of snow up here. This should be an adventure, but we came prepared this time. So, but you can see the beautiful scene behind me. This trail is about 4 miles round trip. It's 2.5 up, 2.5 back. So it shouldn't take us more than 3 or 4 hours to do this, depending on the conditions. So I'm gonna get geared up here and try and tackle this mountain. You can see plenty of snow here, but beautiful, beautiful scenery here. All right, here we go. Up Mount Sherman we go. Alright, just making my way up here. We stopped and put our spikes. There's a little more snow than we anticipated, but I came prepared this time. Yeah, I just had to stop and catch my breath. Doing okay, but just gotta work on my breathing. So, but we're making it up. So we're gonna get going here for a little bit. And
we're at 12,300.
12,300 feet is where we're up. We're going up to 14,043, I believe is the summit here. So we got some climbing to do yet. So let's go. All right, we made it up to the summit flat section. We're about 0.6 of a mile in, so that's good. I'm doing fine. I just need to catch my breath, but otherwise, no signs of altitude sickness. But you can see, I don't know about a view because I think we might be fogged in. But there's Jose. I just stopped and take a break, get some water, catch my breath. So we're gonna continue on. But yeah, it's up here, but I wouldn't say it's too difficult. So. All right, let's get going. That's where we're headed up there. There's that Mount Sherman. So a lot of stuff up there, but we'll make do. And some people will slide down, then come down. But that's a little bit of challenge up there, but up for it. Here's what not to do in mountain climbing. They're coming down that very steep incline with no sort of poles or anything like that. Hopefully they have some sort of traction device on the shoes. If not, that's going to be that's not going to end well for them. All right, we're going to try to go up this. So put the camera away, but you can see how Jose kind of making his way up there. So we can go up to the top. And then the ridge, the summit's up that way. So everyone we met said they turned around because it was very windy up there. But we'll see how conditions are when we get there and see if we can summit. So wish us luck. All right, so I did make it up that.
Look at this cloud.
It's a good workout.
Look at this
cloud. Look at this cloud rolling in here.
Yeah. I think our day is over. Let me say hi to your viewers.
Jose, say hi.
Sad to say, I think the climb is over for today, but tomorrow's the big mountain anyway. Today was just a training acclimatization hike. Acclimation hike?
Acclimation hike. Yeah, tomorrow's the big one. Tomorrow is
acclimatization.
Acclimatization.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, tomorrow is the main hike that I want to do. As long as it's safe, I'm going to try everything in my power to do it tomorrow. But this was a fun hike.
Tomorrow is much safer, easier trail.
Yeah, it's this.
We're not even on the trail at this point.
Yeah, we wandered off trail somehow, and there's still a lot of snow up here.
You can see where there was like a mini.
Yeah, you can see this here. Looks like an avalanche came down here.
And over there.
That's the ridge up there, but I don't know how we're gonna get up there because we are off trail somehow. But it was a nice climb. It was a good workout. That's the first time I did anything like that using spikes and stuff. So that was a good learning for future high peaks I might do where that's going to be more common. For instance, Hurd and Rainier, they both have stuff like that. So that's good practice for me anyway. But we're gonna chill out here for a little bit. We're gonna probably go up to the ridge and see what it's like up there, and then we may call it a day. We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, so we are headed back down. We made it to about 13.5, and then the wind was just too much. It was blowing us off the mountain, and it was whipping snow, and if a storm rolled around, that would have been bad news. So
I think that's a bit of over-exaggeration. There was a lot of wind.
yeah.
We were fine with the wind, but this storm blew in, making visibility 0, and if it brought snow or ice with it,
Yeah.
then I'd be screaming, "Ron, where the fuck are you?"
Yeah, well, we were screwed. So we're playing it safe, heading it down. Remember, going up the mountain is voluntary. Coming down is mandatory. You have to get off the mountain. So it's a good rule of thumb to consider when you're mountain climbing. So we're gonna head back. But it was a good hike. Body feels good. No effects of altitude sickness or anything like that. Definitely had more miles and stuff into me. So good warm up for tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be ready to go for tomorrow. We can conquer, get some business finished. So if you see anything else interesting, I will show you. But I think we're just gonna head back down to the car and wrap it up down there. The pass is coming up. I'm pretty sure this is a frozen lake here. You can see the water back there. Possibly here. So yeah, it's still plenty of snow, but you kind of see the landscape here. Still very beautiful, but we're here in early June, so probably a little early.
That's sure.
Alright, so you see where all the clouds are at the top? That is the summit of Mount Sherman. So we got right over there. We were very, very close. We were about 600, well, we started at about 600 feet of elevation, but we were pretty close, so.
I think we had less.
Yeah, we were there, but next time, not today. This day, the mountain won today. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can train all you want, but if nature if nature doesn't want you to summit, you're not going to summit. So it's a one X factor. Everything training and everything like that. But after listening to the mountain, and today the mountain said, no, not today. So I didn't show this on the way up because I was seriously out of breath. But this is the remnants of the old mining colony that used to be up here. You can see the old tracks that used to run through. And all these buildings up here, up there, they're all remnants of the mining that took place on the mountain. So just pretty cool. If the weather was better, I may have explored more, but we're just trying to get off the mountain. But anyway, pretty cool. we made it back to the car, a successful hike. Even though we didn't summit, still a great hike, a great acclimation period. I had fun, Jose had fun, so that's really all that matters, and we both came back safe. So, anyway, thanks for coming along this adventure. Next week we have the big one, Mount Elbert. So if you want to see me attempt the highest peak in Colorado, you can check that out next week. If not, from Mount Sherman. Thanks for joining me. See you later. Now we have to drive back on the sketchy road to get back to our hotel. But thanks for joining me in this adventure. See you later.